Good morning, 4:37. Time for Farm News now. A rule intended to strengthen and clarify the Clean Water Act finalized yesterday morning when the Environmental Protection Agency and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers proposed the Waters of the U.S. rule. The two agencies decided to extend protections to regional water features like prairie potholes and coastal bays. They say they'll do it on a case-by-case basis. According to EPA Administrator Gina McCarthy, exemptions for agriculture have been preserved, and the rule does not cover things like tiled drainage systems, regular farm activities, or moving livestock. McCarthy says the new rule would only expand the reach of the Clean Water Act by about 3%. The rule first out in draft form early last year. From the start, Republicans, farmers, developers, and others have opposed it, calling it a massive overreach by federal regulators. Opponents, led by the American Farm Bureau, say the rule will give the federal government more power over land use decisions and will make it more difficult to farm or change a farming operation to remain competitive and profitable. Our U.S. congressional delegation isn't happy now that the EPA will regulate waterways previously not under federal jurisdiction.
EPA, by its own volition, is going to go out and make it harder and more expensive and more difficult for our farmers and ranchers.
Unanimous opposition from every farm group in North Dakota and every farm group across the country. Wouldn't you rethink that rule?
I think it's an egregious overreach by this administration. We've come to expect those.
Congressman Kramer says he's against the new regulation because of the government overreach.
On the rights of states and landowners, and it's a power grab and a property grab, the likes of which I've never seen in my lifetime. So it really means that the federal government thinks that they have a right to have regulation over a raindrop all the way to the Mississippi River and the Gulf Coast, which clearly the Constitution doesn't provide, and nor do, frankly, past U.S. Supreme Court decisions.
Now, despite the fact this is a final rule, legislation to defund it has already passed the House and is pending in the Senate. It does face a veto threat from President Barack Obama. The second annual Bioindustry Summit will take place today at the NDSU Memorial Union. Some heavy hitters from the Department of Energy and USDA's Undersecretary Krista Harden going to be in town for this, but there will also be companies there that farmers can connect with to make a value-added agriculture project happen.
Farmers who are interested in those local value-added projects, which take a lot of work, take stakeholders, for them to learn what the projects might be and the roles that they might play, tomorrow is a great chance to make those connections and to start or continue that work. Rick Vierling, who's with National Corn Growers, and so, corn is always interested in utilization and creating value with that corn kernel. We also have Reena Singh from BIO, which is the National Biosciences Association, which does a lot of things, including looking at the industrial biotech, which is where a lot of the agriculture lines up, as far as taking whatever we might be able to produce on the farm and making something that society wants.
The Bioindustry Summit starts at 8 o'clock this morning. It's in the Plains Room at NDSU's Memorial Union. It's a $100 registration fee, but over the noon hour you can connect with government and industry advocates to help with a bioenergy or biotechnology project. Also today there's a Women in Agriculture Summit hosted by North Dakota U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp, featuring among others USDA Undersecretary Krista Harden. There's a saying that's been around for hundreds of years that behind every good man is a great woman. That's especially true on the farm. Today, the gauntlet is being thrown down to women in agriculture to take more leadership challenges in ag. It's the topic of this roundtable of women leaders, and farm women are urged to attend.
Senator Heitkamp is bringing together women from ag in North Dakota and Minnesota, and the leadership in ag is going to talk about how we can encourage more women to come to the table. We have very unique opportunities and challenges as women in ag, but we really need to focus on encouraging more women to come and join leadership. Deputy Secretary Krista Harden will be there, and it's really been her drive and her focus to encourage more women. And both Senator Heitkamp and Krista Harden want to make sure that women have the resources and tools necessary for the success that they bring, and just to encourage that diversity in leadership. As the previous chair of the United Soybean Board that it is doable and that you do get support from the people around you. Women have the tendency to sell ourselves short, and we need women to step up. We like the diversity at the table, we like the diversity of thought, and women bring a lot of good ideas, and it's our industry also.
Again, the roundtable and summit starts at 9:30 this morning at the North Dakota State College of Science, Skills and Technology Auditorium on 19th Avenue North in Fargo. No registration fee. Everyone is encouraged to attend. All right, time is 4:42, and we're going to take a look at the radar. There's some pretty good thunderstorms marching northeastward out of the Aberdeen area into Dickey and Sargent County. Take a good close look at those, see how much rain has fallen, and the outlook for the next few days coming up next.